Welcome to the ClearPath ePortal Developer 4.1 Capabilities demonstration. This video is part of a series of videos which explain the steps to develop different types of data sources and presentation projects in ePortal Developer for modernizing ClearPath applications. In this demonstration, we will show you how to create a data source project for a COBOL Open DTP application on OS 2200. The COBOL Open DTP application that we have selected is an e-bank application which implements some simple banking operations such as accessing account balance and transferring funds between accounts. Let's get started. We will create a new Visual Studio project by selecting menu option File, New, Project. We will now see the Visual Studio New Project dialog box. Notice that under Project Types, Unisys ePortal projects got added after the installation of the ePortal Developer. There are two project types, one to create data source projects and the other for presentation projects. The first step in any ClearPath application modernization process using ePortal Developer is to create a data source project. In this demonstration, we are creating a ClearPath OS 2200 data source. So let's click on the OS 2200 data source. We can see there are two types of data source projects available for ClearPath OS 2200, OpenDTP and TIP. Let's select the OS 2200 OpenDTP data source project type. Let's name the project for our data source as eBank Data Source. For the location, let's select a folder named Workspace. For the solution, let's give the name OpenDTP eBank. Click OK to create the project. Now let's start with the first development step and create server and client messages. Server messages flow between the ClearPath server and ePortal runtime. Client messages flow between ePortal runtime and the final presentation application. We will be creating these messages by importing the COBOL definitions. Now right-click the Server Messages node in ePortal Messages window and click New. It will open the Add Open DTP Server Message dialog. Select the COBOL O1 Records option. Click OK to select a COBOL Records definition file. OS 2200 COBOL Data Source Wizard will be opened. The first page that comes up is the Welcome page. I will now check the option Don't show this welcome screen again and click Next. On this screen, we will select the COBOL data definition file. All the COBOL O1 data descriptions associated with a COBOL program which need to be exposed in the presentation application are present in this file. This could also be a COBOL proc. Let's click the Browse button and select the COBOL ebank.cobol data definition file. Let's check the Preview Source checkbox to view the source code from the selected file. If we scroll, we can see all the COBOL O1 records. As we can see, for doing eBank transactions, Bufin O1 record has different redefines clauses for different transactions. Transcode in Bufin records can have 4 values. ePortal runtime moves the appropriate value in transcode before sending the message to server. For example, to get the account details value getAccounts will be moved into the transcode. Now, as we have selected the COBOL data source definition file, click Next. The next page displayed is the Data Description Selection page. This page displays the list of data descriptions from the file we selected on the previous page. This can generate two kinds of server messages. In messages are being used to call DTP services on OS 2200, and output from DTP services on OS 2200 is returned in out messages. In this video, we will create in and out messages required for performing view account balances and transfer funds e-bank operations. Let's start adding in-server messages first. Select the Bufin data description and click Next. When a data description contains a redefines clause, the COBOL wizard presents each data description for consideration. Only one redefined data description is valid for each ClearPath server message that is created. So here, each redefines clause will correspond to one server message for doing an eBank transaction. Let's select the Get Accounts redefines and click Next. The next page displayed is the data definition page. For the server message direction, let's select value as input. For Open DTP service name, enter the name of the Open DTP service on the OS 2200 server that will be invoked with this message. This value should match the value configured in TMS config file on the server. For the eBank application, the value of Open DTP service name is COBOL eBank. So let's enter COBOL eBank in the text box. Now, before we hit the Finish button, let's check the option Select another COBOL data description. This will make it easy to add more server messages. Remember that corresponding client messages will be generated automatically because of the auto-create client message capability of the ePortal developer. Click Finish. Again, Wizard will take us to the page where we select the COBOL data definition file. Just click Next. The same steps need to be followed to create other in-server messages. Let's add the second in-server message, Transfer Funds. We have added all the in messages. Let's start adding out server messages. Select the accounts out and click Next. On the data definition page, select the direction of messages as output. Accounts out is a server message received from OS 2200. Next, we have to select the unique identification for this data description. ePortal runtime uses this unique identifier to select the correct ePortal server message when data is received from the OS 2200 application. If there is no existing field which can be used as an identifier, then such a field or fields must be added to the data description. Here we can see that a field filler with value accounts has been added in the Accounts Out COBOL 01 record. So click the filler field and then click the Select button on its right. It will get added to the list of selected fields which act as an identifier. Click Finish to add other out server messages. The same steps need to be followed to create other out server messages. Let's add the second out server message, Confirm Out. When doing it for Confirm Out, remove the Selection for checkbox, select another COBOL data description and click Finish. Once we return to the ePortal message window, we can see that server messages and corresponding client messages have been generated. This completes the demonstration. Unisys offers a comprehensive set of ClearPath services to enrich the value of your ClearPath applications, data and systems. Please contact your Unisys representative for more information.